we have the sun.
All right, homeschool science project. Using whatever materials are ready to hand. This is actually a puzzle that a friend of mine made for me and gave me. So I mounted up a little stand for it to represent the sun. And then, of course, we've got a little squeeze ball to represent the earth. And a little ball of aluminum foil to represent the moon. Now, remember last week I was explaining about how new and full moons work, and I kind of thought maybe you didn't really get it because I was purely verbal, and you needed to be able to see it in 3 dimensions.
Okay.
So this is what I did. So you've got the sun, that's the source of all the light, and it hits the earth. Now I've got it, the United States pointing directly towards the sun. Goes around the earth, counterclockwise, you see. So when the moon comes around to this point, when it is in between the earth and the sun, that is a new moon. You can't actually see a new moon because it's hidden in the rays of the sun.
So it'll be in the horoscopes as a new moon, but you can't see a new moon.
You can't actually, if you were to look at the sky when a new moon is happening,
You cannot see
you
it.
can't see it because all you can see is the sun. And as the moon keeps on orbiting, once it gets around to about this point, then it becomes a crescent moon. So as it comes around, you're only able, from our angle here on the earth, we can only see what part of the moon is actually being hit by the light.
Okay.
See, because the light is coming at it from an angle.
So then it's a crescent moon.
That's a crescent moon. That's like about 2 to 3 days after a new moon. And then as it comes around, like a quarter of the way around in its orbit, you're still only going to be able to see part of the moon, but you can see half of the moon. It's like half of a pie.
So then it becomes like a half moon.
Yes, it's like half of a pie. This is a waxing moon. And as it comes around, keeps coming around.
The waxing moon is the half moon.
The waxing moon is a half moon. Now, as you're coming around, you're going to see it getting bigger and bigger and fatter, but not a full circle yet. Not until it gets to the exact opposite place from the sun over here and the moon over there.
So when all 3 of them are perfectly aligned.
Yes, that's when you could, when the moon is closer to us than it is to the sun.
Then it becomes a full moon.
Then it's a full moon. Then you can see the whole thing. You can see all of the moon.
Then what happens as it completes the circle?
When you come back around, then it starts to get smaller and smaller as it comes around. And when it gets to about this point, about halfway, 3/4 of the way around in the circle, then that's another half of a moon. Except you'll see it at a different time of day.
Right, okay.
And then it keeps on getting smaller and smaller and smaller until it comes full. It is lost in the rays of the sun again, and that's the new moon again. And this
so
happens.
you don't get 2 full moons.
No, this happens every 29 days on average.
Okay.
It comes around. It makes this
Now,
complete
it's waxing,
circuit.
but when does it wane? Doesn't it wax and wane?
It waxes and wanes, and that is after
it
been
wanes.
here at the full, and then it's starting to come around
Then wane
this
is
way.
when it goes the other halfway around.
When it comes around the other side, yes.
That's waning.
Uh-huh.
Okay.